Good afternoon and welcome to the Chartreuse Leprechaun. My name is Mark, your host, and today we're going to do something I said a few weeks, maybe a month or so back that I wasn't going to do because, well, COVID. We're going to play Plagued. This game is a bit of an oldie, but I was actually amazed when I pulled it up on YouTube how many people have played this in the last month, 1 to 6 months, and posted a video on it. So I broke down and, yeah, we'll give it a run. And we'll just play the main game today. I haven't played this a lot. I've played just enough to kind of understand how things kind of go together. So we'll be doing some learning together. How's that sound? So you have a choice when you start this off. You can be a bacteria, a virus, or a fungus. Let's be a virus, since that seems to be the thing of the day. And continue. And, ooh, we can put extra genes in it. What can we get? What does this do? Increases chance of it spreading by land. Sure. Locked zero file. A bonus in arid climates. Sure, why not? And looks like that's all I've unlocked so far, so we'll play with those. And we'll continue, and we'll put it on normal difficulty. And we'll call this, we'll call this something. How's that? Okay. So, let's see. Where do we want to start our game? We want to release this virus. Oh, I've seen videos where this has been introduced in Iceland and conquered the world, or destroyed the world. I've seen a lot of people seem to like starting viruses in China. Big surprise. I think we'll start in Mexico. How's that sound? It's hot. It's humid. It's got desert in the north. Yeah, we'll go there. So we'll start there. And our first person is infected. And the world is currently completely unaware of that. And by the way, it is afternoon, and I am. Oh, when these bubbles pop up, you need to pop them. When you get a pop-up alert, it actually stops the game timer. So that will simplify things a little bit. They can get hard to keep up with from time to time. At any rate, I am having more of my morning coffee at 2 in the afternoon. So if you hear something that sounds like a slurp, that's what's going on. So we have 2 infected. Hey, it's spread. Down here is your counter. I keep this on the world, although you can click on individual countries and it will tell you what's going on there in terms of the count of infected and the dead. And you have this blue bar. The blue part is the not infected, the red is the infected, and once it gets going, black is the dead. And your goal in being this virus is to wipe out the human population. Yeah, they've got some scenarios in here that are really kind of weird. One of them is called fake news. I haven't played it. I assume it's how fast can you get a fake news story to like take over the news cycle, I guess. But 8 points. Okay. So once you get a few points, you click on this red section down here. It's the disease screen. This is where you get the specifics on your disease. And you can cause it to mutate and to change. How does it spread? What symptoms does it have? What does it have in terms of its ability to resist being stopped? So what we want to spread, what I want to do, we're going to work on getting this to spread. We're in Mexico. Yeah, we'll go with this. Gives organisms the ability to spread blood-to-blood contact. Increases infectivity. That's what we want. We want to increase the rate at which it spreads. Early on, that's generally what you want to do. and then you start working on lethality and severity as you go along. So, and I have totally forgotten, I normally speed this up. I don't run it at full speed, even at the double spot. It's the double arrow. Games go fairly quickly. So, and you can see how interesting it is to try and keep up with these bubbles. Ooh, and our virus has mutated itself and now creates cysts, and it didn't cost us any points to make that happen, which is kind of cool. And pay attention to these news alerts. Festival of Love, as you've seen with the COVID-19, large gatherings tend to spread it. Also watch the news alerts. High migration of birds means that's a good thing to spread activity or infectivity, transmission of the disease, things of that nature. It gives you clues that you can use to improve your virus. And people are starting to recognize there's something going on in Mexico. Something has it infected, but nobody's doing anything yet. They're just treating it like a normal stuff. And this is a pop-up where you get to see what's going on in a country if you click on it. Oh, we got 19 points. Let's go back to our disease screen. Let's see, transmission, arid environments, and oh yeah, we'll spread it by water. Can survive outside the body in fresh warm water, increases infectivity. By the way, if you look down here, you'll see a meter that shows how infectious, how severe, and how lethal your particular disease is when you create this. So ours is currently not very infective, not very severe, and not lethal at all. But you'll notice this this kind of shadow here. That is, if I make this change, how much more infective does it become? Infectious, excuse me. And you'll see that's a pretty big jump. So we'll spend those 10 DNA points for that. And what else can we do here? Mild rise in severity. Ooh, high rise in... Okay, so coughing really increases infectiousness. You see the shadow there, but it doesn't do a lot for severity. That doesn't do much for either one. I think we'll go with more transmission. How about we do bugs? Carrier insects increase infectivity. Oh, they increase it a lot. So, yeah, viruses and mosquitoes don't mix well for humans. Okay, well, we'll do that, and we'll close that, and we'll let this run on. And center of magnetic field shift. Okay. Thousands are infected. We got 8,000 infected in Mexico. Okay. And our virus has developed a rash on its own. So again, none of our points were used for that. And we'll clear that, which gets us 10 points, and we'll come back to our transmission screen. And it doesn't do a whole lot for us. DNA becomes more unstable, increasing random mutations. Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that. Pathogens in cold temperatures and climates. Well, it was introduced in Mexico, so we'll increase that. Hopefully get it to spread out of the tropics. So far, it has not... it's spreading in Central America. Okay. There we go. There's all our bubbles, and you'll see how tough it can be to keep up with all of this in more countries. So yeah, now we got 13 points. Let's evolves to withstand hot temperatures and climates. Well, that's where it started, but let's go back to transmission and see what we can do. Arid environments and plane transmission. Oh yeah, we want to send this thing with all those people riding on airplanes. Hypersensitivity. Ooh, that's actually a good one. Let's pop over here and look at that. Hypersensitivity increases likelihood of allergic reaction in the immune system, which keeps your immune system from fighting the virus. So yeah, that's not good. I mean, it is for us, it's not for people, because we're trying to win this and end up with total, my goodness, look at it spread through Mexico. More people in the world than this has infected more people than tuberculosis. Highly infectious. There we go. There's more of those bubbles. It's now in Britain. Medicine in U.S. is slowing infection. Okay. Well, we'll take care of that in a minute. And new minor disease. Called something. Infected more people than HIV. Wow. Alright, it's getting close to the time that we want to start working on lethality. We need more. Oh, there's more points. There we go. First death. Okay. And I'll pick that up, and we'll come back over here. Abilities. Class 1 and 2 antibiotics or antivirals don't work. Increases the effectiveness of the virus in wealthy nations. So places like the U.S. that says the drugs are working, they're not going to work anymore. So we'll do that. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to increase spread and effectiveness of a virus. World menu, yeah. There's actually, let's look at that real quick. There's a menu over here. If you click this, you can find all kinds of stats and everything else. How many people are healthy? How many are infected? How many are dead? Here's the total population of the world. Here's the countries that have virus carriers in it. Here's the countries that don't. Obviously, they're long lists. You can get different statistics, total open borders, open ports, closed airports, and so forth. Research, none. They haven't done a thing yet. So right now, the Caribbean and Mexico are the only two researching it, and the priority is low. So you can see a lot of what's going on. This gives you a picture of the nations that have been infected so far. Good info if you want to look. And rack up some more points here so we can mutate our virus and get it spreading more and becoming more lethal. 15, let's go. Oh, nope, 20, 19, close enough. So we want to increase transmission. Oh yeah, definitely want air and water when they come back up. Let's see, what can we do for symptoms here? They're about the same. Let's go with nausea for the moment. Yeah, let's make this an uncomfortable virus. More points there. Anemia. Ooh, okay. Lack of red blood cells. And we have 15 more points, 17 more points. Let's see what we can add here. Transmission rates, not so much. Oh, that adds a lot. That adds a lot more. Those are uncomfortable, but they don't spread. Ooh, that does. What is that? Abscesses. Pockets of infected flesh are painful. Bursting increases infection rate. Okay. Hemophilia inhibitors to destroy factor 8, preventing blood clotting. Infectivity increased. But none of this is really doing anything for severe. Oh, there goes. What was that? Paralysis. We'll come back to that one, because if you get into the really serious symptoms really fast, then they start researching diseases, or they increase the amount of research, and it gets harder to stop these things. So, what do we got here? DNA becomes more unstable, including increasing random mutations. Yeah, we'll go that route. We'll increase the areas that it can spread, the hot, the humid, and so forth. Points, points, points. Lots of points. This is good. Okay. After a while, they start coming so fast, you'll end up with 60, 70 points before you realize it. So we want to, here we go. Oh yeah, that's viral spread, which we want to increase. Go with water. Yeah. That was a big jump in infectivity and a little bit in lethality too. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Plenty of points here. Paranoia. Awesome. Okay, that's going too fast to keep up with. Yeah, and 57 points. Like I said, sometimes it'll just blow up. Mexico finally shut down their airports, but look at the infectivity in Mexico. My goodness. So we need to pause that so we can spend some of these points. Alright, so we want to start increasing severity and lethality at this point. I'll spend 4 points for that. And potentially fatal heart abnormality. It causes breakdown of the respiratory system, releases pathogen to the air. Ooh. So what we're looking for is more severe, more infectivity, and more lethal. And I'm trying to balance that out with not getting loads of money spent on research, because I don't want them to find a cure. There are some things you can do later that will help slow their ability to find a cure. Let's see. That really increases that for us. Senses, hemophilia. Seizures. Ooh. That's severity and lethality. But again, what I'm looking for is infection. I want the infection rate to go up. We'll go with transmission more than the other. Oh, that's a big jump in infection. Okay. We'll go that route, and we have more points. What is this? Bypasses air and water filters, adaptive cellular structure, increases infectivity a lot. Ooh. Especially in humid climates and on planes and ships. I like it. I like it. Or we could increase birds or bugs. Bugs is about the same. For more points, we'll go this route. That leaves us 16 points. Let's look at a symptom or two here. How about sweating? Or insomnia. Quiet little symptom. Infectivity and severity with abscesses. Pulmonary edema. Releases pathogen into the air. Increases, slight increase in lethality. Good bump in infectiousness and severity. We'll take that one. And here we go. No, 28, 32 points. Let's. I told you this does. It bumps up fast. Let's dump 7 points there. We'll dump another 7 points there, which leaves us 18. Now we're getting pretty infectious, slightly severe, and not really lethal. So let's see about bumping the infection rate. Let's evolve that for cold climates, so it starts spreading up here and way down here. You know, the areas it's not really doing anything on the map. Oh, 53 points. That was fast. Let's see what we can do with these 50 points. Increase its resistance levels. They may become more unstable. Random mutations increase. Yeah, I can drop 10 points in there. And go ahead and increase the infectivity. And we'll go back to letting our virus work. There it goes. Now it's taking over in the paranoia in East Africa. People are getting extremely paranoid and refuse to cooperate with the global cure effort. That's helpful. Oh, another 56 points. I told you it adds up fast. Oh, I haven't looked at that. The world has found an 8% funding, or they've managed to do 8% of the research to cure this disease. So that's good. We've kind of stayed off the radar, but it's time for that to change. What can we do here? Oh, there's a big bump in infectivity. How about that one? They're the same. That's not so much. That's a good bump. Interesting. How about some nasty symptoms? Let's put some nasty symptoms on this thing now. That's a bump in severity and 8 points. Yeah, we can do that. And severity and infection go up. Lethality, all three go up with that one. What did I hit? Pulmonary fibrosis. Okay. Can be fatal with intense exercise. Okay. How about this one? Ooh, that's a big bump in everything. What is that? Skin lesions. Large open wounds, which significantly increase infectivity. Yeah, we'll go there. That sounds good. If you're a virus, it sounds great. If you're, one of the sufferers, not so much. Blackouts and fits reduce the ability to function independently, can be fatal. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That increase paralysis. That's severity, but doesn't do much for anything else. That's big on infection and severity. What was that? Oh yeah, the abscesses. Hemophilia is infectivity increased. Got 10 points in that, sure. And involve viral instability. Occasionally fractures, increasing random mutations. I'm kind of liking that. Let's come back over here. We want to get into transmission, which is bigger. Oh, that's definitely bigger. We'll go there. All right. And we'll turn the game back on. Oh, and now, with 8 million dead, the WHO suddenly is interested in this virus. Yep. Okay. Paralysis. It did it on its own. Outstanding. That's severity and lethality right there. 2 ways to fighting the cure. This is what you do to make your virus withstand all their research for a cure. There's 2 ways to do it. You can evolve aggressive symptoms, or you can evolve cure resistance, make it less noticeable, harder to treat, so on. Just take a look at that real quick, which is over on the abilities screen. So you have this one. Remember, we had it. It became resistant to class 1 and 2 antiviral drugs. There's class 3 and 4 antiviral drugs. There's another one right here. When you get this one, it lights up the next set. Which, if you're dealing in some cases, usually the highlighted ones with the white ring are the ones that are going to light up. There's one here that all drugs. This one is decreases the speed that they can get the research done because it's harder to analyze in a lab. There's another one that says they can't analyze it in the lab, and so on. There's this is stuff. This corner is stuff you can do to keep people from finding a cure for this for our particular virus. So Spain is leading the global effort. It's always a different country, by the way, which is kind of interesting. All on its own. Up, somebody found something. If you click the bubbles that are red, you get points. If you click the blue bubbles, it slows their ability to do research. $38 points. Okay. Let's get in here. They're at 17%. Once the research gets cracking, it moves relatively quickly. Environmental hardening. Develops hardened coating, highly weather resistant, extremely comfortable hot and cold climates. I like it. Occasionally fractures, increasing random mutations. Yeah, we'll make it more effective in wealthy countries now. Internal hemorrhaging. Ooh, it did that on its own. Okay, now you'll notice there's not much black. There's a huge amount of red and a little bit of blue. We now need to increase the black, which is the lethality, and get rid of the blue, which is the healthy people. That is our goal. So where are we here? We have 97% infection rate. There's 168 million people out of, I think this is running with a population base of about 7 billion, maybe 8. What is that? 69, 70, yeah, about 70 billion, 7.1 maybe. Anyway, I'm not going to quibble about the math, but yeah, in terms of transmission and infectivity, we're doing fairly well. Now it's time to go to work on lethality. Killed more than the Black Death. Ooh. Cure is 25% complete. Time to slow that down. Let's come back over here and decreases research speed or reassembles the DNA so they sort of have to start over. Symptoms. Can be fatal. Fever. Severe increase in temperature. Contagiousness, that's nice. And severe dehydration, so severity. And it can be fatal. Ooh. That has possibilities. How many? We're going to slow that. And then... which one was that? Now I lost my place. Seizures. Ooh. I like seizures. Fever. There we go. That'll spend us down to 0. So we increased everything. And note that that number is not going up as fast as it was. So that's a good thing for us. Not for the sick, mind you. Now you're going to start getting a notes. Colombia issues pandemic alert. Germany begins to break down. You'll start seeing notes that the world is collapsing. But to win, what we've got to do is get rid of that black area, or the blue area. If anybody is still alive, natural immunity, I guess is the way you would want to put it, then we lose. So, necrosis symptom. Ooh. Okay. Now the problem is, because so many people are infected, it's really hard to get many more points. So this will be a problem. Let's check our world map. There are no countries that do not have infected people. This is good. There are 53,000 healthy people left in the world. Oh my. And we've got a 10% death rate. Okay. Which I believe was the original projections on COVID-19, and that hasn't materialized. So, yeah. Perspective. Okay, let's go ahead and crank this back up. 20. Total organ failure symptom. Oh, there goes our lethality. 35 points. Let's get back in here. And they are at 42%, so it's time to mutate this virus so they can't find a cure. We want to go to abilities, and we want to reassemble the DNA of our virus, and because that means more work needs to be done. So we'll evolve that, and I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to be able to do. Yep. Okay. But when we come back here, you'll see we're currently at 42%. Now I'm going to hit play, and it went down to 37 because we reassembled the DNA. They kind of had to start over. And there are no healthy people left in the world. We have total infectivity. That is good news from our perspective. Oh, 50 points. Holy cow. Saudi Arabia has fallen into anarchy. Peru issues pandemic alert. Oh, and you can drop this down and see all of them. Zimbabwe's government has fallen. Germany's government has fallen. Brazil's got trauma centers. Greenland shut its borders. Okay. That's, yeah. All right, so 62 points. So now we've got total infection. So now we want is severity and lethality, which, by the way, is doing really nicely. I actually think severity and infectivity have both hit the top of the scale. Lethality is getting up there. That's okay. So, what can we do here? Random blackouts can be fatal. Okay, we'll do that. And genetic hardening decreases future research speed. Okay, we'll do that again. And 18 points, anything we can add? There is. What is this? This doesn't do anything for lethality. That does a little bit. Okay, we'll go there. What did we just do? We just put in diarrhea. Oh boy, isn't that special? And slow the research speed by popping those blue bubbles. Pick up more points by popping the red and the orange. That's the name of the game here. Walking Dead symptom combo. Insomnia and anemia are causing people to walk around gray with tiredness. Working on a cure. Scientists are less productive. That's good. We want them to be less productive. Oh. It will destroy humanity. You'll notice down here we've got 254,000 infected. Everyone is sick. There's 254,000 infected. That's all that's remaining. So we may actually win this one. And there we go. Total victory. We have eliminated all human life on Earth. Yay! So there we go. That is how this game is played. It's actually very quick to play these scenarios. They anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour, 45 minutes. It's pretty quick. It's pretty easy. So, you know what? I think we'll call that a day. So, my name is Mark, your host here at the Chartreuse Leprechaun. Thanks for stopping in to visit us for this quick one. We appreciate your time. Your time is valuable. We're thankful you chose to spend it with us. So, on that note, you have a great day, a great week, and we'll see you here next time on the Chartreuse Leprechaun. Bye-bye. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Oh, that's fun. I just went 900 meters in the wrong direction. That was where we wanted to go. Well, fantastic.